For those who didn't hear it at the time, here's Jess Phillips just after being heckled at her election count.
The election that I have...
Chair, this will be a warning. I will be asking people to leave unless we get this completed.
I will carry on with my speech. I understand that a strong woman standing up to you is met with such reticence. Anyway,
The dust of the election has settled, and in the Commons, everybody is going out of their way to be incredibly nice to each other. So this is an appropriate day to start to talk about something which went, I think, badly wrong during this campaign. Outbreaks of intimidation and misogyny around the country. The behaviour came sometimes from people who feel very strongly about the plight of the Palestinians in Gaza, and so they should. And the very last thing I want to do is to smear large groups of people with a charge of menacing or thuggish behaviour. But painting child killer on somebody's office, warning a candidate's assistant there is a bullet with your name on it, pursuing an MP so they feel hunted. Some people involved have asked that we say nothing at all about this because talking about it just makes things worse. But I have seen online threats and heard accounts of things going on which are just not acceptable in our democracy, and it's the job of journalism to call stuff like this out. The newly elected Speaker of the Commons, Lindsay Hoyle, is clearly also concerned, as he told my colleague Nick Ferrari this morning, beginning with the case of Nigel Farage having a mug hurled at him while campaigning.
I am very, very concerned. I met with Nigel yesterday. I said, it was a milkshake, but it could have been something worse. I am very concerned that people feel that they have the right to intimidate members or people who are putting themselves up for election. The fact that MPs are elected also suffer abuse they should never.
The United Kingdom is not an Islamist nation. However, with the onslaught of Islamic activism in the nation, you might think it's veering its way into becoming one. While the rapid rise of Islamization has been a cause of concern in the UK for many, many years now, the risk increased by tenfold during the 2024 elections. It was then that the nation truly saw what it was up against. The biggest example came when Jonathan Ashworth was targeted by Islamic activist Majid Freeman. The man was overtly vocal in his support for Ashworth's political rival, Shaukat Adam. For those of you who don't know, Adam was one of several pro-Palestinian candidates in the UK's 2024 general elections. Others include current MPs such as Ayub Khan, Adnan Hussein, and Iqbal Muhammad, all serving under Keir Starmer's reformed United Kingdom.
Of Gazan children on my hands. This is the campaign that was run.